Welcome to another episode of Online Dating with Patsy, the podcast.
Well, hello, everybody. I am so excited for today's show. Please welcome my guests, Billy and Melissa, the creators of the Little Black Book app that you're going to hear all about today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first off, can you tell us a little bit about your background and about yourselves before we get into the nuts and bolts of the app?
Sure, absolutely. I'm Melissa. My background, actually, I've been in dentistry my whole life, and I met Billy in dentistry, and we actually came up with the idea based on a conversation we were having. So my background is not at all on dating apps or any social media or anything having to do with computers. But this idea came about because of a conversation we had that led to my Little Black Book. And we're very excited to share this with you.
Awesome. Billy, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, hi there. I'm Billy. I am also the co-founder of My Little Black Book. I've also been in dentistry for probably 28 years, but I actually was in a clinical setting and then went into consulting and just, building practices or helping failing practices grow. In my career, however, I've dealt a lot with, starting businesses up, dealing with marketing, social media marketing, content creation, things of that nature. When Melissa and I were having a conversation, she just had a dating faux pas, and we just kind of were talking about it. And we're like, okay, yeah, we need to go ahead and fix this problem.
Yes, and it's a big problem for those of you who have followed my blog and my podcast. I have hundreds of stories of crazy stuff that goes on. So let's go talk about your app. What does it do and how does it work?
Okay, so a lot of people get confused. This is not a dating app. It's a dating productivity app, and it curates all your dates. It allows you to take all your dating apps and take all that information and organize it and put it into one place. You can put all your contacts from multiple apps or social media or out and about, which we can go into. But it has several safety features, which we're going to go through. It tells you where you're meeting these people. It takes any information that you have through the contacts, any type of information they give you, whether they're, you can say they're an attorney or they have kids or where they live, and you can put that all onto the app. You can actually make dates through the app. We have OpenTable. We have different affiliates and partnerships. Billy, go ahead. You can.
I mean, you pretty much covered it. I mean, we can maybe jump in a little bit. Patsy, you let us know which direction you want to go. I know she just kind of gave the Reader's Digest version of, what the app is, but I didn't know how much detail you wanted us to go into as of yet.
I would like as much detail as you want to share with everybody, because I think your app sounds phenomenal from what you explained to me. So, it keeps all your dating stuff together. Are there any safeguards on it? Is there anything that people can know that, well, this is safe, I trust you?
Sure, that was actually what I was going to go into. I just wanted to be sure.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Yeah. So, as Melissa was saying, there's a lot of really cool features as far as, how to curate and just organize, all of these people that you're talking to at one time in one spot. In the dating world, as you know, and I'm sure Melissa obviously knows, and I know when I dated, you're on multiple platforms, speaking to multiple people at one time. And it does get confusing, but at the same time, you're going out on a lot of dates. So it can get a little scary. So some of the things that we thought of first and foremost was like a safety check-in and a safety checkout feature. So to kind of break down exactly what that looks like, if any of your listeners have kids, when you go to school, you have safety contacts that you have when you are dropping your kids off at school. You have 3 people in case of an emergency that, they can call. God forbid if something happens and they can't get in touch with you. So what we decided to do with our app is something very similar to that, where the users on the onboarding process, they immediately add their safety contacts. And when they do make these dates and go out on these dates through one of our partnerships with OpenTable or with Ticketmaster, immediately when they go out on that date, it actually will text your safety contact who you're with, exactly where you're at, how long you're anticipating to be on that date, and when the date will be completed. Then on the completion of that date, you'll actually get another push notification that will remind you to rate your date and to also check out of your date. And at that point, you can go ahead and say, I'm staying out, or, I'm going to go home, or I'm at home. So you actually have the control back in the user's hands so they can tell you who, what, when, where, how, and why. Then another really cool feature that is also in the onboarding process is our users can actually get a phone number to mask their phone number in case there's somebody they're talking to. They think they like them, but they're a little unsure if they can trust them. So what they do is they'll just give them an incognito number while they're initially responding until they feel safe enough to give them their real phone number. And in addition, we have another safety layer that is for our users to be able to use our in-app purchase to purchase a background check. So we try to keep everything in a one-stop shop just to make sure we can, give as much safety as possible instead of the users going over here and going over there. And, it's a lot of work. And to be honest with you, Patsy, a lot of users, they don't really know how to do all of these things to make sure that they're going to be safe. So our job at My Little Black Book is to make sure we give them the tools that they need to go and have a safe, fun dating environment.
I love the sound of it. I have a short story to share with you as you were talking about this. In the 80s, there was a thing called telepersonals, and yes. My best friend and I used it. And there was this one time I was going to have two dates, and both were named Michael. And one was a fireman, and I don't remember what the other one was. Well, the one called me, and I said, oh, well, how was, I forgot whatever fireman activity it was. How was that? And he goes, what do you mean? Well, I got the Michaels mixed up.
Oh, boy.
Which was embarrassing. So as soon as you said all this to keep track, and I'm like, oh, my God, I could have used this in the 80s, and I wouldn't have, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I got you mixed up with somebody else. I think this will be a big help for people like me who screwed up two people who also had the same name.
Yeah, well, yep, go ahead. I was just going to say that's exactly what happened that led to My Little Black Book. I was on the phone with Billy one day, and I was talking to at least two different Steves. And I was speaking to Billy, and I was texting Steve because he wrote me, and I texted him, and I texted him the wrong thing, and he responded, well, if you can get your men straight, I'll take you out for a glass of wine. Well, I said to Billy, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And that's not the first time I've done it, actually. But I said to Billy, there has to be a way to organize this and put this into one place. And, my mindset is, well, Expedia, when I go for airline tickets, I go on Expedia because everything's just there. I don't have to go from one site to the next. Right. And then Billy has, with her social media background, she's familiar with the other different platforms. And Billy can explain that to you, which actually combining the both, that's how we came out with this.
That's awesome. Now, are the two of you you probably said this earlier, did you meet through your dental stuff, or were you friends before that?
We met through the office.
Yeah, through the office.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, go on. Like I said, how did you get started on this app? What made you decide, besides being like me where you screwed up two guys?
Sure. So as Melissa was talking, it was just absolutely insane to me that I met my husband 18 years ago on a dating site. We didn't have apps at the time. We weren't, phones weren't really that advanced, believe it or not, 18 years ago, where you had applications like this at the palm of your hand. But what I do remember when I was dating chronically online is that it was overwhelming, even at that time. You're on multiple sites, you're talking to multiple people. It was a numbers game. And as Melissa's telling me this, it occurred to me like, oh my gosh, it's in their hand now. You can't get rid of it. At least me, I could have walked away and went into school or work or whatever it is that I did. But these days, everything's in the palm of the hand. And so as Melissa was telling me this, and then her friends, issues, I just was really shocked that they hadn't found a way to kind of organize and centralize this process yet. So as Melissa was talking, she said Expedia. It didn't really hit me as Expedia when we started talking about it, because you're not going on to pick apps out, right? You're not going on and saying, okay, I want to go on Tinder, or I want to go on Match Group. But the layout is very similar to what we envisioned this in the end results, looking something like an Expedia. But what I thought about was Hootsuite. And if anybody's ever worked with social media marketing, they've worked with Hootsuite or they worked with Sprout Social. And so you get the premise where you try to stream in as much as you possibly can into one platform. So it's easier for you to deal with everything in one spot. So that's really what we came up with, is like, we need to make this as easier and safer and just fun, put the fun back in dating, instead of just, constantly going outside of these apps and trying to make dates or find out what's safety, and all of those things. So yeah, essentially it was just Melissa having the same problem that's really existed for years. It's just amplified now that it's on a mobile device. And so once she told me that they didn't have a solution, I was completely shocked. And I would say probably within 24 hours, we had everything mapped out. We had trademarks, patents, everything going. So that's really the story of how My Little Black Book began.
And yeah, we also realized through research that so many people were not going on the dating apps because they didn't feel safe. And interesting, my boyfriend had said, we were talking about it, and he said with his experience on online dating, he said 7 out of 10 women wouldn't even give him their phone number because of that.
Yes, I think this is also a great way to weed through who are the real guys and who are the scammers.
For sure.
Because I do feel bad for guys who are real and legitimate looking for somebody, and they get a hold of somebody like me online. Well, my first thing is, you're a scammer, and that's very bad, but most of them that I run into are scammers, but now when do you plan to launch this fantastic app?
Right now, we're looking at August 1st, give or take, just making sure, we've already launched, we've done a soft launch already. We've done beta testing. So we've really worked out the kinks that the user said that they want to see on the app, which was a lot with safety. And I just wanted to kind of go on that safety front just a little bit more, Patsy, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So you were talking about, with the scammers and all of those things. So there are some things we're going to add to the app in the future. And one of those is going to be like a ghostability scale and also red flags. Mm-hmm. And how that's going to help with the scammer situation is, when you meet these guys on these apps, you have their pictures. What we're trying to do is make something more automated, kind of like the show Catfish on the back end. So we can start image dropping these and really try to get to the bottom of, if these guys have multiple Facebook accounts or multiple Instagram, and are there different names? Are they coming from different IP addresses? Not that we could say they're a scammer, but at least we could say, hey, there's a red flag here. This is something that you should look into a little bit deeper. Again, just another layer of putting safety back in the user's hands and making them aware of a situation that they wouldn't normally be aware of.
That's awesome. That is completely awesome. Now, what is the price of it? Or do you have like pricing packages, or how does that work?
Yeah, we actually have 2 at the moment. We have a freemium package. So the freemium package is you're going to get 3 contacts that you're allowed to put into the app and 1 safety contact, and you can make it unlimited dates. We also have the in-app purchases for the incognito number with Hushed, and also with our Ben Verified and People Finder background check services. Then the next package is a $2.99 package, and it's unlimited everything. You have unlimited features. So in addition to the in-app purchases. But the cool thing is because we're launching, anyone who signs up to go onto our app, and it's exclusively on Android at the moment, you will get a free 2 weeks to try out all the bells and whistles on the app. So, just come try it out. See if it's something that's going to help you out, if it's going to make it more productive, and it's going to make you feel safer.
Awesome. I'm blown away by all this. I can't wait to, and I will, plug it everywhere I go, not just my podcast, but I'm going to plug it on my blog as well. And when I do mailings to people who get my shirts and stuff, I'm going to, if you have a flyer, send it to me, because I will make copies of it and throw that in my mailings. I throw the mailings in about a couple other things that I've picked up along the way. And I love advertising for free for people like you guys who are really out there trying to make it safe for everybody that is trying to meet their Mr. Right or Miss Right,
Yeah, we appreciate that, Patsy. We really do.
Now, so far in your beta tests and such, have you actually had any men sign up?
Yes, tons.
Good. Because I do believe they're out there looking just like everybody else, and they get, like I said earlier, they get the bad peg because most women will think, oh, you're a scammer.
Well, actually, what we found in our market research, most of the people that use these dating apps, believe it or not, are men.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whether they're scammers or not sure, but that's the demographic.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm going to tell everybody about it. Is there anything else you want to share with us besides the totally awesome stuff you have told so far? I learned so much more now than even from our previous conversations offline.
Yeah, we do have some really cool features that I think your listeners would love. In addition to the safety features, we do have a patent pending bucket system. So on traditional apps, it's either yes or no. And we actually thought, well, it's not a yes or no sometimes. You're just for fun. It's just somebody you want to call maybe on a Friday or Saturday night that you just want to hang out with and have fun. It's nothing serious. You have your hard nose that you just are like, there's no way this is ever going to work. And then, of course, you have your potentials. So we try to make it a little fun where you can decide which bucket you want to put your matches into, in addition to organizing them by your dating apps, by your social media apps, or even out and about, because people actually still meet out and about. So this app is going to be to organize your entire dating life, not just your digital dating life. So it's really, really cool for, anybody who wants to be social in general. The next cool thing is we have a rate your date, which is awesome. So
I like kind of like rating your Uber driver.
Correct. Absolutely. That's exactly right. And, the thing is you go out and, there might be a couple of things that kind of rub you the wrong way. It's better if you really kind of put it down, as soon as it happens, as opposed to you go home, you go to sleep, and maybe you wake up in the morning and you're kind of like, well, okay, maybe I can overlook that. If you go with your raw emotions, your gut's never wrong, right? So we tried to make it so you can gamify that process and really go back and look at the raw emotions and say, you know what? Okay, so these guys here are at the bottom of my list. These are at the top. And you can, try to date smarter, not harder.
And it shows you what apps you do better on. Like, I know for myself, I absolutely did. I had more success with Bumble out of all the apps as well. And so, when you rate your date, it goes to a leaderboard, and you can actually see, and there's different categories like conversation and attraction and the ambiance. And it shows, so it all goes to a leaderboard, so you can actually see where you're better, where you're more successful.
That's awesome. I do have one more question. Who actually wrote the app itself? Is it Billy, or did you have some experts come in to help you create the app?
Yeah, so we have a development team.
Okay.
So the premise and the idea as far as how everything was laid out initially was my idea. So I sent them all of my, drawings, all the slides, wireframes, things of that nature. And then of course it just took on a mind of its own. So it never looks the way that you start, but it got to the end result, which we're all super happy about.
Awesome. I am so excited for you ladies. I think this is going to be very successful. I think everybody that's seriously looking for, a date or a friend or something more, they're using this. It's going to be so much easier, keeping track of everything, and your safety features. I absolutely love.
Thank you.
So if there's nothing else you want to share with us, I just want to thank you both so much for coming on my podcast. I really and truly appreciate it. Keep in touch. Come back after a couple months and share your success with
We would love to.
my listeners.
We absolutely love to. Thank you. Thank you, Patsy.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, we
thank
would
you.
love to. Thank you. Thank you so much, Patsy, for the opportunity. We appreciate it.
Not a problem. Well, thank you so much, ladies.
Absolutely. We'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to apologize for the sound quality when I talked. At the last minute, I had to switch formats so that we could all have the interview together. So I had to switch to Zoom, and I should have worn my headset with my mic, and I didn't. So I do apologize that my voice isn't as loud and clear as everybody else's, but that'll be fixed next time. And now now time for Scammer Sweet Talk. These are actual words that I got from scammers, and it's sweet talk. This week I'm going to try to add music to the Scammer Sweet Talk. So here we go. Wow, I am certainly speechless. What a manner of beauty bestowed on one person. You must have been created on God's resting day. Of course, yeah. Hello, how are you doing? And how is the weather condition treating you out there? Anyway, I stumbled into your profile and I noticed the beautiful smile on your face. So simple and yet very beautiful. You're a charming woman on which every man would appreciate. Please, if you don't mind, I will like to be friends with you. Thanks, and have a blessed day. Response. Let me start over. My sudden instinctive response was based primarily on a spontaneous mutual attraction, which rendered me helpless and unable to resist communicating with you immediately. Please afford me the opportunity to know you. Hello, dear. You look nice and charming. I was passing when I saw your profile. To be honest, I can't pass your profile without saying hello to such a lovely woman like you. Hello, Angel Face. I must confess, I don't even know what to say, but I'm jealous of that beautiful smile of yours. I'd be glad if I was given a chance to see it more often. Hello, beautiful. Can I follow you? Because my mom said I should follow my heart, so I decided to follow you. I must say, you absolutely gorgeous. I can't just be passing by without saying hello to a beautiful woman like you. So sorry to infringe on your privacy. It's said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. But when I saw yours, it was more than words could explain. The charming profile is irresistible, though a little personal message, but your look tells a lot about a nice person. So I had to drop a message to the charming person with this great profile. Just want to know you better and be a friend or more. Hope to hear from you. Hello, sexy. My name is Steven. I really like this charming beauty for the eyes, such as the color and scented jasmine flower. Preeminent face, like a strand of golden sun in the morning. I must tell you, I adore this beauty and specification that have. I will love to be a friend of you on here. And yes, that is how it's typed. So sorry to infringe on your privacy. It is said that a picture's worth 1,000 words. But when I saw yours, it was more than words could explain. So sorry to infringe on your privacy. It is said that a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now this one is a regular one that I get. Hello, beautiful. Do you need a sugar daddy to spoil and support you financially? Am not here to request for nudes or dirty talk. Just need a beautiful girl like you to keep me company, of which I'm ready paying you on a weekly. You're really gorgeous and adorable. You deserve to be happy and treated like a queen. Gag me with a spoon. Now this one is a hilarious one. Hello, beautiful. How are you doing today? Hope my following up with you does not look so embarrassed to you right now. I laugh at that crap. I'm like, embarrassed? You're the one that should be embarrassed, not me. And now, also, when you post on different Facebook things, these guys will post a message right on the Facebook page of whatever article or person you're commenting on. So this is one of them that I got, and I just want to share it with you. I am very aware that you don't know me and I don't know you. We meet every day and make new friends, and it only takes a second to get to know someone. And some good conversations to get to know that person very well. I also want to let you know that every raindrop would be one of your smiles, a beautiful woman like you. I wish it rains heavily so that there is no space for unhappiness in your life, like your gorgeous smile. I tried sending you a friend request, but it's not going through. I hope you consider my friend request and consider me worthy to be your friend. I appreciate your friend request. Now, what I normally do on those, I reply on the Facebook page and say scammer. So if you ever have someone do that and comment on a post you made somewhere, usually these are public places like the Ellen Show or other places like that where everybody can post on. Block them, call them a scammer, block them, and move on because it's crap. It's bull. So anyway, just thought I would share that little bit of tidbit with you. So now, also, I'm still giving out free t-shirts. Come get your free t-shirt. You just got to email me at patsypodcast@att.net. I just need your shirt size and a mailing address. I can only mail in the United States. I don't do international shipping because that would cost me too much. But anyway, yeah, the guys' shirts are black or a light pink, and the ladies' shirts are pink. I have ladies' shirts, but I also have the men t-shirts, which are made a little bigger. But the ladies' shirts, V-neck, go up to 3X. Otherwise, if you need a bigger one, then I have to go to the Gildan, and those go up to 5X. So anyway, it's all on my Facebook page. Anyway, you want to be a guest on my show? I'm always looking for guests. Email me. Keep the emails coming. I love hearing from you all. I get excited when I see them. It means a lot to me that you actually take about 30 minutes out of your day to listen to my little podcast here. And I appreciate you all, and I love you all very much. Do not forget to check out the webpage of My Little Black Book, www.mylittlebLKbook.com. To check out more about the ladies app that I had on my show today. They are awesome. They are phenomenal. Check it out. And as I always say, never send money to someone you don't know. I want to apologize for the sound quality when I talked. At the last minute, I had to switch formats so that we could all have the interview together. So I had to switch to Zoom, and I should have worn my headset with my mic, and I didn't. So I do apologize that my voice isn't as loud and clear as everybody else's, but that'll be fixed next time.